Today at Frazier Motorcar Company, we are going to review a very special Mg Mgbgt. This is probably, I've done this for 5 decades, and this probably is the nicest Mg Mgbgt I've ever experienced. I've had a lot of MGs. This car belonged to an engineer. He restored it. He had this car and a race car and an MGTF. And when I say engineer, I'll say it again. He was an engineer. My gosh, everything's perfection. Everything was done the top quality. He's the type of guy that his Mg Mgbgt race car, as you know, a BGT can only go so fast. Well, he was always a podium finisher, even with a little 4-cylinder BGT. So here you are. This car is a completely restored car. Let me kind of drop over here a minute. Tell you the type of guy he is. Here's the documentation that his mileage and his gas. And then he did an entire book on the car and the restoration. And a lot of restoration he did too. Well, he passed, and I was able to buy all 3 of the cars. And the car was done in 2017, and it shows no signs of restoration at all. It just still looks brand new. It's a fascinating car, and the reason I say that is he did a lot of nice detail work on the inside of the car. We got a Bluetooth stereo, we've got heated seats installed, we got a modern radio, no air conditioning, praise God. But boy, this car really drives well. Even down to the license plate nuts and washers, and just like an engineer would do. I don't think there's any way I can relay to you on this video how nice this car is. It is so special. I just came back from a drive. It's about 55 degrees here. Just drove beautiful. The BGT is an interesting car because once you're in it, you feel like you're in a lot bigger car than the little MGB. It's got a nice cockpit, rides nice. It feels like you've got a fairly sizable car around you. So tight. I think that's one thing that struck me more than anything driving this car. It is so tight. In the suspension, the steering, it doesn't rattle. There's no odd noises, no shakes, nothing. I would really encourage you, if you're looking at buying this car, I would really encourage you to get on an airplane and come in and look at this car and drive it. He was the second owner, actually. The first owner was a lady in Indianapolis. Even though she had moved to Georgia, the car sat in Georgia for about 30 years. But candidly, it had some Indianapolis cancer in it. And he documented what he did, how he repaired it. Of course, being an engineer, he did it properly. Probably better than the factory. In regards to that, let's start with talking about the gaps. Look at this. Perfect. Perfect. Paint is beautiful on the car. All the finish is beautiful. Suspension doesn't shimmy, it doesn't shake. Look at this. No pot marks, rust on these components. Some sort of upgraded headlight seal beams. Everything on the car is like brand new. The only thing he did that I questioned, look at this, I'll go back to that. Look how straight all the body trim is. Again, beautiful gaps. Now I hope I got enough light in here to show you this really special interior on the car. See the light go on in the center console, of course. Door panel's nice. Got clean and nice. All of this is. Looks like production was 671, so it's a true 71. But the detail work, got clean and nice. This is. These are tight. It's got a microphone for your cell phone, which of course is dated by now. As I mentioned, upgrade. Oh, here was something. He did heated seats. How about that? 9,500 miles. He's probably, since he restored it, was 9,500 miles. It was done in 2017. No cracks on the dash, of course. Bluetooth. Nice carpets. Everything's so nice. A little bit of fuzzy in this windshield. That might be something a guy might want to replace at some point. All the weather, the windlace, everything is nice. Pull open the engine compartment. Now I started to say there's one thing that puzzles me that he did, and I started to fix it, started to redo it, and I go, no, that's the way he did it. And it was done in such a nice style, correct bake type paint. He did the valve cover in silver. I didn't understand that, because in 71 it should be ruby red, and I was going to redo it, but it looks like he baked it on, and everything, again, the whole detail on this car is so nice. I just didn't want to alter anything he did, because he did such a nice job. Being a racer as he was really attuned to the little minutia on the car. Cooling fans, look at all the hoses, cooler. Now this is original. His little assistant was there when I picked the car up. She said they kept this original to match and to show how well he matched the original paint. Fascinating car. Heat shield, of course, on the hood. It'd be like buying a brand new BGT, which again, I love them. I had a couple in college I used for a length of time. I just love them. They just drive so nice, and I think they're very attractive. Let's go ahead and go to the back, and then I'll start it for you. Every component, everything is like brand new. Everything. Nice and clean. I don't think he left anything. I don't think he reused anything. It all is too fresh, crisp, nice. This is actually my first foray into this car since I bought it. Look at the work down in here. Clean, beautiful tool roll. Wow. Well, both my photographer and my mechanic got to drive this car before I did, and they both came in and stated just how great this car drove. So I just drove it a few minutes ago, and they were right. It is. Here we go. We'll go ahead and start it. Wouldn't exactly be a cold start because I just got back from a drive. Some of these trim pieces, this one, a little dinged up. Too bad, because the car is a 10, except for maybe that trim piece right here. Let's see how the other one looks. Must have been a hard piece to obtain. Now this one's perfect. Because I'm sure if he could have gotten that component, he would have replaced it. Listen to that. And it's tight. There it is. Cool, cool, cool little cars. They're actually starting to come on in the market. Recently I've had a lot of requests to find an Mg Mgbgt, and my response is good luck. And then this one has come along. Absolute sweetheart. Well, let's go ahead and put it up on the lift, and we'll take a look at the undercarriage. All right, here we are at eye level on the Mg Mgbgt restored car, and we will look and see. Be interesting to drive at night to see what those headlights do. It's like a halogen or something. Of course, everything's straight. Nice, fresh restoration. It's not fresh. It's had some miles put on it. It's 2017 was when it was done, but it looks fresh. This would be like buying a brand new Mg Mgbgt, but instead of paying whatever they were, $3,200, you're going to pay me $22,000 for it. Look how straight this car is. Again, BGTs have become very popular lately and sought after. Look at the lines. Look at the lines. Look at the lines. Gaps are perfect. Wheels were done nicely. Tires are deep in tread. Still has the factory spot welds here on this quarter. Look how flush the doors are. You know, I'm a pretty reasonable guy when it comes to pricing these cars. And I kind of try to price it according to what I feel the quality is, the level it is. And if anyone should be top tier, it's this car. I only share that to kind of share my confidence in the car and the quality of the work, the quality of the car. See the factory welds back here, spot welds. Again, how flush the door is. I haven't got his race car out of the trailer yet. I'm anxious to do that. But even the trailer, I got the trailer with the race car and this car. Even the trailer reflected that of an engineer's mind. I don't know how he rested at night. Everything is perfect. Everything's overdone, tight, straight. So I bought the race car and the trailer and this car and the TF, but the trailer's mine to keep. All right, I'll go on up. Jack points are solid. Drain spots are on the correct spot. Floorboards are solid. I think he said, I read in the book that the floorboards were not rusty, and these are original floorboards. Let me try to get some better light on it here. Nice stainless steel gas tank, stainless steel exhaust. All the bushings are new, of course. Well, that's nice. Well, you can clearly see why it drives so well. Everything's fresh, new, tight. Gosh, what a nice little car. All right, call me, 615-971-4409.